In this video, we're talking about YouTube and some of the hardest things about being a YouTuber. And guys, I teamed up with an awesome group of creators and we're using our collective knowledge to go through some of the things that make being on the platform so difficult, but why it's also so awesome to be a YouTuber and a creator, and some of the most rewarding things about working in this space. All right, let's get into it. Now I'm here at Sony Camera Camp. I'm actually up in Glacier National Park just doing some exploring, but this is a great opportunity to hear from some awesome creators that are here at the camp and just get some insight into the things that make being on the platform so difficult, but also some reasons why we all keep doing it and why it is such an awesome place to create content and why this awesome group and community is amazing.
Hi, my name is Farooq. I'm the creator and owner of the channel called iPhonedo. I review technology. The most difficult part about YouTube is being a one-man band. You gotta prepare your own script. You gotta prepare, well, I prepare my own music. I don't have to, but I do that as well. And then you shoot by yourself, you edit by yourself, you prepare the thumbnail by yourself, and then you take the hate coming from by yourself. But the most rewarding part is when people get what you do, when they support what you do, when they understand when you're not feeling well. Sometimes it, resonates. People can tell from the video, and then the sweetest comment, you get the sweetest comments. They're like, "Hey, you sound like you have the cold. Are you okay?" So we're a big, crazy family on YouTube, and I cannot be more happy.
What's up guys, my name is Callaghan. I mainly do tutorials here on YouTube, and I think the hardest thing on YouTube for me is like coming up with the creative ideas. And now YouTube as a whole is a creative platform. You can share your creative ideas with anyone, and that's the best thing about it, is because it's creative freedom. You can do anything you want, and now you're gonna get some people who don't really like what you do, but that doesn't matter. Like, haters are gonna hate, but as long as you love what you do, it's amazing. So the thing I always say is go out and create because you want to, not because you have to.
Yo, this is Darius Britt. I run the YouTube channel D for Darius. The hardest thing about YouTube, I would say, is mixing it up and continuing to try new things to keep your content fresh, because sometimes you can kind of fall into a rut if you do the same thing over and over and over again. But I'd say the most rewarding thing is just the connectivity you get with your fans, like being able to see the things that you're doing actually affecting someone else's life, and being able to exchange value in a way that kind of touches others, I would say. Yeah.
My name's Nadine, my channel is Hey Nadine, and I do travel videos. I'd say the hardest thing about being a YouTuber is constantly comparing yourself to others when it's so easy to compare. So it's stopping yourself from comparing when all the metrics are available in public. The most rewarding is probably being able to create the life you always wanted. Like, the sky is your limit, you can do whatever you want. The world's your oyster.
My name is Roberto Blake, and I'm a creative entrepreneur on YouTube. I teach a lot of people about how to turn their creativity into a career and how to market themselves online. What's the hardest thing about being a YouTuber? I think the hardest thing about being a YouTuber is the fact that when you make a piece of content and you really care about it, the thing is you have to accept the fact that nobody else might, or not as many people as you expect, care about that thing. Sometimes you're trying to make something a little bit different than what you normally would, and you have to accept that, well, maybe people didn't sign on for you and whatever you want to do. They signed on for this thing that you've gotten them used to. You set an expectation, and so when you don't deliver on that, you can't expect the same kind of support. And I think it discourages a lot of creators. I know that even on occasion it's gotten to me that I wanted to do something that I felt was meaningful, and there wasn't as much of an audience for that as something that maybe was useful to a larger group of people. But weighed against all of that, the most rewarding thing, at least for me, is the fact that you have almost this unlimited freedom to express yourself, to be able to communicate and find that audience of like-minded people. And if you really are thinking about what makes you different and you're embracing that, you will find the rewards that come with it if you have the courage to put yourself out there, because maybe you're going to inspire somebody else to do exactly the same thing. And if you can do that even one time, then it's all worthwhile.
What's up guys, my name is Armando Ferrara. I have a channel called Mondo Bites. The most difficult thing about being a YouTuber or a creator is staying motivated. For me, sometimes I just don't want to do anything. I don't want to shoot a video, and that can be a little difficult. So a lot of times what I like to do is just kind of disconnect a little bit, not watch any videos or even just, you know, from social media, and then eventually just get back into it. The rewarding part of it is when I get to connect with other creators and also you guys, the audience. I like to interact with people, and also, you know, when I come to events like this, it's just amazing being able to collaborate with other creators, and it's just awesome. So there is reward, so just got to get through that hump.
I'm gonna give you one of the things that I've come across that is the hardest thing when it comes to building a YouTube channel. And that is just playing the mental game. And what I mean by that is, you know, you get in your head all the time, like, is my thumbnail good? Is my title good? Is my video good? Are people gonna care about it? Is this doing good? Is this doing bad? Like, why did this video tank? Why did this video skyrocket? And, you know, with everything, no matter what it is when it comes to the content that you're creating, if you really care about something and it's not received like you thought it would be, you're gonna get really down on yourself. And this happens to me again and again and again, and you know, all of us are victims of this. You know, you get in your own head. And so I think one of the hardest things is being able to detach yourself from your videos and from what's happening, because there's so many things that could be happening on YouTube that directly affect your videos, but you can do nothing about it. So whether it's an algorithm thing or it's something to do with just the way videos are being viewed at that time, and something in your title or your thumbnail's not working properly, there are so many things that have to work together to make your videos just take off. And so I don't want you to get in your head and just worry about every little detail. What you need to focus on is more about just making stuff that you want to make, and also doing the proper steps so that you know that you're creating content that's going to get the views and get the subscribers. And you know, I've talked about this in a lot of my different videos about the ways that you can grow your channel, or the things that you can do to basically help get your videos seen. But all of it comes back to, you need to make sure that you have the mindset, and you need to make sure that you're not so attached to your content that if one little thing goes wrong, it's gonna basically topple the entire house of cards. So when it comes to it, one of the hardest things about YouTube is just being in your head and just thinking about every little thing. However, one of the most rewarding things about YouTube, and why I continue to do this personally, you know, I get to create the content that I wanna create. I get to hang out with creators, other people that are creating the content that they wanna create. We're all on the same playing field. This is a collaboration. We're all in this together. It's an awesome, massive community, and we can all be a part of it.
What's up, guys? I am John Uray, and what I do is I explore band places around the world that are creepy, exciting, and a little funky weird stuff. So, and one of the hardest things I'd say about being a YouTuber is it depends like where your audience is, and a lot of my audience is based on the creepy, asylum, exploring. Like, they like to be spooked out. So like from other people, some other people could actually have it where it's like they're doing different content where they're inside the houses, but for me it's like I always have to travel and find crazy weird things always on the go. So it's like you always have to step out your comfort, and you always have to stay consistent with it. So YouTube as a platform is super interesting to be on, just because it's like one of those things where you're able to get this creative freedom. I mean, I'm honestly thankful for a lot of things I've done. I've done a 98-day USA road trip around the whole US, 98 days around Asia, and also was able to meet my own dad's twin brother for the first time in my life. So it's just like one of those things where it's like you really get this huge freedom where you could really start challenge yourself to just do what you really want to do, and like what things that inspire you in life. And it's honestly amazing, and it's also great to meet other people who are in this community who are creators, and you can see what things they do and their niches versus like your niches, and like hit thoughts off each other and ideas and all these different things. I feel like it's a great new generation as we're coming upon, and honestly I can't wait to see what's further with YouTube and even generally social media.
Hey, what's up guys? It's Mike from Please Stand By. So on my channel, I started with gaming stuff 8.5 years ago, recently rebranded and making like travel content, videos where I try new things and hopefully inspire my audience to try something new in their life as well, doing some tutorials and stuff. So Jevin here asked me to tell you guys, you know, one thing that is probably the hardest thing about being a YouTuber. And for me, honestly, I think it's just dealing with the ups and the downs. It's going to happen. No matter what, you're gonna have times where you're on top of the world, your numbers are going up, and then you're gonna have times where those are going down. And I honestly think that just that roller coaster effect it's really hard on your mental health sometimes, it's hard on your confidence, and that's really rough. But in the end, one of the reasons I love doing YouTube the most is the fact that at the end of the day, I get to create exactly what I want to create, and I get to do it how I want to do it. And I get to do it on my terms. So for me, that's just like the most fun thing, is that having that creative freedom. I love the process that I've gone through. I love everything that I've learned. And Jevin, thanks for having me on, man.
What's going on, guys? My name is Hemboo, and I create filmmaking and photography related content on my channel. And personally, I think one of the most hardest things about doing YouTube is just getting started, getting the ball rolling, and kind of taking that leap of faith and getting over the fear of what people might think of you for your first couple of videos is very important. And I think one of the most rewarding things about doing YouTube is just having that creative freedom to just kind of do what you want and kind of create what you want. Because at the end of the day, I think that's what we're best at, is creating.
What's going on, y'all? My name is Taylor Moore. My channel is Taylor Moore 4K. I focus on tech reviews and tutorials. That's kind of my thing. So if you're into that, come check it out. Now, if we're talking about YouTube, the things that are great about it, the things that are tough, for me, the hardest thing about being on YouTube is really balancing this narcissism with providing real value to the people who watch my videos. Letting it be about me versus making it a value that I drive to other people, and just balancing that on a day-to-day basis. But at the end of the day, the community, the people you meet through it, the relationships that come out of it, man, that's really where all the magic comes from YouTube.
Hey guys, I'm Ben from Authentic, and I review all sorts of fun tech gadgets and products and stuff like that. And I think one of the hardest things of being a YouTuber is it's very isolating. Often it's not as pretty as what the camera makes it look or seem, right? So we're alone in a room or outside shooting a product or something, and then editing alone. And so like this camp was awesome, just being with other content creators. And it's really healthy just getting out and meeting other human beings and stuff. And then it's also the high competition, so you really gotta grind it out, and it takes lots of patience over long periods of time just to see some benefits reaped maybe. But then when you finally get to that point, it's just so satisfying. And then on the flip side, one of the greatest things is from scratch, you're able to piece together this creative piece of content, and then you like offer it up to the world, and you say like, hey, here it is, like hit publish, and then get that direct feedback from your audience and say like, oh, they love this or tweak this or whatever, and you're like, all right, awesome, thank you, and then you restart it all over again. It's so sweet.
What up, Swoop here. My channel is Swoop. I make films and scripted meets reality content, and I would say one of the hardest things for being a YouTuber is managing your expectations and managing your time, because you are an entrepreneur at this point. You are running your own business, and there will be a lot that comes your way, not just with making your content, maintaining a schedule, but also knowing that that has to stay consistent. And while everyone else is taking the weekends off from their jobs or going on vacations, you're probably going to be working through most of that, especially when you first get started. And you also need to manage your expectations and not expect everything to just blow up instantly and think that you're going to be the biggest thing ever, because it is a long-term game that you got to kind of stick through it even when things go down. But that being said, one of the best things about it is just being able to share your stories and your perspective and put your angle, your style, your spin on things, and reach out to others who are like you and be a voice for them if they need that voice, and hopefully inspire people along the way.
I know when it's starting out, it's super tough to jump on the platform and just expect everything to happen. You see these people blow up with massive channels, and you see people that have been doing it for a long period of time. And you know, here's the thing, it's not an easy road, but it's so rewarding. We have the ability to create videos that can create an impact in the world, and we can touch people directly. And that is one of the coolest things about this platform. So guys, I highly suggest checking out all of the creators that I've featured in this video. They all have amazing channels, and they're all just awesome people. And if you want to see the biggest mistakes that YouTubers make, I did another video here at Camera Camp. You can check it out right here. But guys, that is it. I'll see you on the next one.